Val Kilmer signed on, but Val Kilmer only stayed for one film. Riddler and Two-Face were my issues.
They had some. I'm looking at them like, oh, that can kind of.
So in real life, they did not get along.
Really?
Tommy Lee Jones literally told Jim Carrey, like, I don't like you. Like, I really hate you.
He started shaking, and he got up and he went, he was like, like this, and he went like to hug me, and he said, I hate you.
Which is so hypocritical because Two-Face acts just like Riddler in this movie.
Yeah.
Like every scene, they're just trying to one-up each other.
Right. Two-Face, I'm like, this is the wackiest Two-Face I've ever seen in my life.
He was so cartoonish.
They had this weird bromance going on. It was just like, it was almost uncomfortable. Like, what are y'all doing?
And Batman still couldn't turn his neck.
Okay, first off, this horny ass doctor in this movie, Dr. Chase.
That was her name?
That was her name. Dog. She was so horny
she was
for
thirsty
Batman
the whole time.
Super thirsty. Like, all right.
You're a bad boy, aren't you? Want to make trouble? Want to make some trouble with this?
Like, to the point where after he got done fighting Two-Face in the beginning, and stopping Two-Face in the beginning, she's there, like, you could tell she's just like holding, clutching her pearls, seeing Batman. Whatever.
Right.
It's the 90s Batman. I get it. Cool. So then Bruce Wayne's in the crib, and then he sees the bat signal, you know, like he does, and he goes to find where the signal's coming from. She walks out of the shadows in like lingerie, low-cut lingerie.
God.
She was just like, he was so like, this is not how you use the bat signal or some shit he said.
The bat signal is not a beeper. Man, such your dumb ass.
And she's just like, I've always wanted to see, like, she gets super fucking almost molesty.
Wait.
You could do whatever you want.
Wait. She's just a doctor?
Yeah. She's like a psychiatrist.
So basically,
or a therapist,
anybody can just access that bat signal. You're telling me, like
that's what I said too. I was like, how come she could just turn the shit off?
So like,
I mean, she was cool with like Commissioner Gordon and stuff, so maybe that's how that all happened. But
so that means that
she was like on the case, so she was part of the case.
Can you imagine being Commissioner Gordon? You're like, what the fuck is happening? Why's the signal on?
But then you put your binoculars on and some girl with her titties out like Batman.
Does she know who Batman really is?
And not at this point, but I also have a note here that says horny doctor is also very stupid. So I'm gonna get to that. So later on, obviously he likes her. So then he hits on her as Bruce Wayne. She's like, I can't. There's someone else, meaning Batman. And so he's like, oh, he says something smooth, like, I understand, blah, 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 blah. So then she's somewhere and he comes and saves the day again. Again, Batman's all over this fucking movie. So she straight up goes to him and he goes to him and she's just like, 12 midnight, my place.
Jesus
Meet me there.
Christ.
Then Bruce starts getting closer to her and they kiss or whatever. And he's about to explain to her that he is Batman.
Oh my God.
Why? That's another thing.
God.
Why is Batman so just like, I like her, so she must know that I'm Batman? So Batman shows up to her place at midnight. It's the most cliche, like, she lives in this big penthouse room
with the balcony.
The satin sheets, and it's just her laying there, and he lands on the thing, and she comes up, just all she has covering her is the blanket. And she's like, I've waited for this my whole life. You have no idea, blah, 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 blah. But at this point, she's getting closer to Bruce. So she's like, but I can't. I've started seeing someone.
I've imagined this moment since I first saw you. Your eyes, your lips, your body. And now I have you, and I'm wishing you were somebody else.
Like, what the fuck? Like, you was with Bruce, and you said, I like someone else who is Batman. Then the Batman himself comes, and you're just like, I can't. I'm starting to like this other guy now. Who is Bruce? Who is Batman? So then Batman turns around to walk away and gives the corniest, cheesiest smile. He might as well look dead in the camera. She's like, I like someone else, and he knows she means him as Bruce. So he's just like.
So Robin, I remember that he looks as old as fucking Batman. So it was Chris O'Donnell, I think, that plays
Chris O'Donnell. He's playing like a high school or college.
Right,
kid or something
and
like
that role I think was actually intended for DiCaprio at one point.
Makes
It
sense.
Probably wasn't going to be a thing that actually manifested, but it was also intended for fucking Marlon Wayans. From what I hear,
did hear that.
Yeah, Marlon Wayans, DiCaprio. Like, it was a weird selection they had for that role.
And there's one scene because he had like that circus background. He's an
Right.
acrobat, so he's doing the laundry, but he's like throwing the shirt and flipping it and doing kick moves to it and throwing it on the laundry line. But I was like, he had like a shirt. Then he took the shirt, let it go, put his hands in it, flipped it around, threw it on the mop handle, kicked it up, and threw it on his line, right? And I was like, why didn't he just take the shirt? You spent more time. What was the point?
There was 80s cheesy, and then there was 90s cheesy.
Why? Oh!
I feel like Batman has a no-kill policy that he breaks if it's not directly offing somebody. Because then he knows that Two-Face is obsessed with his fucking coin. Didn't Two-Face like flip a coin?
And then he threw
Batman
where the fuck did he get?
This nigga just threw a bunch of spare change.
We skipping ahead, but yes, Two-Face is about to kill them. They're hanging on for their life. But then Batman convinces
Two-Face to flip on it.
No, yes, Batman convinces Two-Face to not just outright kill him. He's like, wait, don't you usually have to flip a coin for this? He's like, you're right. So he what?
Yes.
So he flips the coin, and then Batman you know how cartoons reach behind them and stuff? He just is like,
And
a bunch of coins.
A ridiculous amount of level of coins.
Where were you holding that in this tight-ass, tight-neck Batman
With no
suit?
pockets.
With no
pockets, like, bro.
So, and then, because then Two-Face dies, and you see his hand sinking, but then you see the coin laying back in his hand.
It was 80s cheesy and there's 90s cheesy.
Dog,
bro.
that shit was, you have to put that in here.
Emotion's always the enemy of true justice. Thank you. You've always been a good friend.
That does not make sense.
So if I'm not mistaken, they have a director's cut, which is scenes that weren't used in the movie. And I'm not sure if this was based off of what Tim Burton was trying to do or what Schumacher was initially going for. But these handful of scenes, first of all, it changes the whole fucking film. These handful of scenes changes the whole film. You can find them on YouTube, I think. And on top of that, it gives you a more cohesive story. And it was supposed to start off with Batman going through this guilt of his parents dying. That was supposed to be the whole premise. Starts off with him telling Alfred, it's my fault. Should I give up being Batman? And Alfred is pretty much saying, well, you can pretty much give up anything, but do you want to? He goes to the bank robbery scene. He gets shot in his fucking head. So what happens is he loses all memory of being Batman, but he remembers being Bruce Wayne. They dive into the origin of Batman.
We don't see how he becomes Batman until Batman Begins.
How he trains, how he makes a suit with no fucking neck, none of that shit. So in this movie, they dive into how he became Batman.
You that rich, you can't invent a neck that moves.
It ends showing him going into a cave and he faces his fears and he finally realizes that Bruce Wayne is not different than Batman. They're one and the same. They're tied. You are Batman now and you will be Batman forever. That's why it was called Batman Forever.
That makes a lot now.
And it goes off of him saying,
I'm Batman now.